How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Manatee Gaming. Today's video, we're going to be diving into some post-double XP investments. That way you guys can make your money back after spending it all during double XP. We're going to be looking at an entire GE full of things that you can buy and invest into. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Our first item we're going to talk about is going to be super ranging potions. So with this one, I'm actually going to explain how we're going to read this graph. I'm going to run through this kind of quickly because I do explain this in many videos. So if you need to see a longer description, then you can just check out one of the previous double XP investing videos. We're going to also open up in the Runescape wiki our DXP live info. And then you just want to go over here to the content section and click on events. Once you click on events, it'll give you a list of all of the previous double XPs. That way you're going to be able to look at this list and know when those are, and then connect those dates to the graph to see how the prices have changed according to double XP. Because what this video is going to be showing you is how you can find items to buy right now to invest in for the near future, or maybe even hold them to the next double XP. It's really up to you and what your budget is. This right here is the graph for super ranging push, and you can find this by simply typing in super ranging push in the Runescape wiki and then scrolling down a little bit. I like to use the 3-dose one, but you can use whichever dose you want to. Let's go ahead and scroll down here, and you're going to find the Grand Exchange in large chart. So when you click on that right there, it's going to give you this graph. So the blue line is going to be the active price for the GE mid right here on this graph for May 5th, 2022. The GE mid would show 17,111. The red one is going to be the 30-day average. As you can see right here, the 30-day average is not too accurate during times where the prices are changing a whole lot. But if we expand this, we're like, oh, this price right here is very, very high. 30-day average shows it's normally around here. That's basically what those two lines are used for. So what we want to do is we want to go to the double XP lives page, and for the sake of investing, what I highly recommend you guys do is use the most recent couple double XPs. I wouldn't go back too far from either the last one or the one before. So the one that we're going to be using mostly in this video is going to be the 18 February to 28 February, which you can see right here. We go back to our super ranging graph, and then we can find the 18 to 28. If you want to look at more than one double XP, you can click on the 1 year, and then you can see the other double XPs. It's also pretty obvious when you look at this graph right away where the double XPs are, because you can see where the prices skyrocketed right up there. You can even go over here and narrow it down if you want to get like a more exact view, but we're not going to do that right now. So we've got February 18, which is the beginning of the double XP. This is where it started, and then on the 28th is where it ended. So what we can tell from this item right here is that it definitely went down as double XP was going on, and then right after double XP, it just plummeted. How can we use this to make some money? And that is what this video is going to show you. And also, just want to remind you, we are going to go through an entire GE full of items, so definitely stick around. So let's look right here. We want to see the double XP. Our double XP is ended on the exact date of May 30th. And so that way we can look right here, May 30. And as you can see, it's already started plummeting down. So we can see that this item is repeating itself. And then look, right afterwards, it jumps back up. So what we want to try to do is anticipate where the items currently are and then where we can make some money with them in the future. When looking back at our Grand Exchange in the game, you can see right here that I did instantly sell a super ranging potion 3, and it came back at 13,160 gold, which as you can see is pretty far below the current market price, which means that it is matching up to that graph. It is matching up to the previous history of the item dropping and continuing to fall. Something you should always keep in mind when you're reading graphs too is that the reason why these graphs like the GE mid will go down is because the current trades are actually lower. So as you saw when I showed you in the game, the trades right now are something about 13.1k, but the GE mid is showing 13.6k. So you can tell right here that during all these prices, the item was actually trading for much less than these prices show. What we're going to try to do is try to get some for a cheap price, that when they jump back up right here and do this recovery phase, that is where you're going to make some money, which is usually something about 2 weeks after double XPs, which you can literally just look at the dates here to see kind of like when to anticipate that. We know this one right here ended on February 28, and then the spike up, like the really high spike, was was at 19 March, and it started to rise at 14 March, which is almost literally 2 weeks. When double XP ends, everyone dumps their items, right? So everyone is going to be selling off all their supplies they didn't use, or selling off all the things that they made, and they want to be able to buy back their gear and start actually playing the game and stuff. And so during that like 2 weeks roughly after double XP ends, everything just gets thrown in and no one is really buying supplies. The prices are not guaranteed to match exactly what a previous double XP did. As you can see right here, these numbers are all way higher up here than what our most recent double XP was. Don't look for the exact same prices, but look for like how much they increased and when they increased. And you can also use this to see, okay, how long does it take before things level out again? Well, we got March 14 right here at the low. March 19 is when things peak. It takes about 5 days for them to fully rebound, then they start coasting back down again. That right there is the first time you could be selling things. Something else you could do too is you could even hold them all the way to the next double XP, because this is the cheapest time on the entire time. So right here, see this dip right here? The cheapest time to stock up for these supplies is right there at that 2 week point after double XP. And then boom, by the time double XP comes around, they go back up. Right here again, low point 2 weeks after double XP. Boom, they go right back up again. So if you want to invest in the next double XP for like a pre-double XP invest, this is also gonna be the best time for that. If there's anything in this video actually that you guys want to see more information about, then just put in the comments down below what questions you have, or if you want to see more about this, and I can definitely make another video explaining some of these things in depth. But I want to get into the items themselves now, so this is not like a 2-hour long video. Our next item here is going to be super attacks. So look right here, I actually narrowed this down a little bit better. On the previous double XP ending at February 28th, they do bottom out again after double XP. It looks like this one took from the 28th of February until basically the 12th or about the 13th of March. So once again, about 2 weeks before it started rising again. I think it's pretty safe to say that the super potions in general will do very similar things. These bottomed out about 2061. When I checked in the Grand Exchange today, I think they were going for a bit above that. So that makes these another really great item to invest in. The next thing is going to be GRENWALL spikes. So GRENWALL spikes is something I want to bring in here because this is going to be a bit different than the other potions. On the start of double XP, which is February 18, they did nothing but rise and rise and rise all the way until the end of double XP. So those are just rising throughout double XP, and then as soon as double XP ends, like literally as soon as it ends on the 28th, it just like drops off a cliff. And once again takes about 2 weeks. So as you can see, there is a huge trend about how long it takes, which is really nice because that way we can actually tell how long it will be that we have until these items rebound, which makes this whole like money making strategy like super easy to follow. 1372 at the current GE mid on the GRENWALL spikes makes it look like these will probably follow this exact same trend, which would be pretty nice. That means they could go from 1370 back up to just over 2000 each, which is pretty fantastic. Also remember too that this is a rising graph, which means that the numbers are actually be trending higher than this, so they could be much higher than 2000. Our next item is going to be Mahogany Planks. So Mahogany Planks is a tough one. This graph is not going to show you the super easy, obvious signs that the other ones were showing you, but I can kind of show you how to navigate it here. So as you can see right here, the 28th of February, previous to that, there's just a whole bunch of up and down movement, not really any clear path as to what these are doing or where they're going. But we do see a pretty big drop that happens after double XP does end, and then we go back up into rising for double XP, but it does take a while before it rises to the next double XP. These do not show the immediate rebound that some of the other items are showing. I would recommend a Mahogany Plank is a great investment if you're planning on doing something like investing in these till the next double XP. And that is pretty convenient that they are actually very cheaply priced. With them being only 1.5k, that does allow even people with a smaller amount of wealth to be able to stock these up compared to like trying to stock up something that costs like as much as a super ranging potion. Our next item is going to be Elder Rune Platebody +5. So this one is a pretty expensive one, so it's only going to be for the people that have a larger amount of bank, but I definitely wanted to throw it in there for those people that do. This one is very, very easy to read if you just zoom out like pretty far. So I put this on the 1 year, and you'll see that pretty much every double XP is about the same thing. During each double XP, they skyrocket way up, they drop right down, and then they just kind of stabilize and they jump back up again, you know, blah, 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 just repeats. You can see the last double XP we had was actually a massive rise. They were up to 3,100,000 each, and then all the way down to the GE showing 2.3 million right now. So an 800,000 GP drop after double XP ends. At the end of the last drop, they went up by nearly 1 million by the time they get to double XP. So if you've got the bank for it, these are amazing for either the short-term growth or the long-term holding on to them. There's not really any reason to think that this is not going to be the best smithing XP during the next double XP, so it remains very stable for double XP investment long-term as well. Very, very often, actually usually, the buy or sell for them is going to be way far away from the mid. Like, for example, if it shows 2.3 million, you can probably buy them for 2.2 million or something like that, like even 100,000 below. Do not buy these at a fast buying price. Our next item is going to be Bane plate bodies. So Bane plate body are pretty much the same thing as Elder plate bodies, and as you can see by the graph is also extremely similar. They do have a very, very obvious rise and fall, and so that makes these extremely easy to be able to speculate where the prices are going to be. This is basically a cheaper version of the Elder Rune investment, so if you want to do everything I just said about Elder Rune but can't afford it, maybe try using these. Well, I hope you guys aren't tired of making money yet, but we have another item, the Golden Dragonfruit Seed. Has a pretty self-explanatory graph. By now, I probably don't have to explain everything to you. You kind of get the idea. This right here, it jumps up really high during double XP, goes really far down, and then jumps right back up. So the reason why I chose this item is because this item has one of the most dramatic rising and falling of everything we've looked at, which means the profit potential here is going to be pretty fantastic, but they do have a very low buy limit. It is definitely worth investing into, but I would recommend that you do start investing into these kind of early. You don't wait till the end of the 2-week drop, because if you do that, then you're just not going to have enough of these to make a significant profit with them only having a 100 buy limit. They are really good to hold on to the next double XP, because as you can see at that low point, it's about half of what they go to, which is pretty insane. 20,000 on the low goes all the way up to 43,000. It's pretty nuts. And then this one right here, 23,000 on the low, all the way up to 39,000. So they pretty much double in price from that initial drop all the way into the next double XP. That makes them, you know, pretty insane. They're pretty much like the ultimate item right now as far as double XP investing, with being able to double whatever you put into them. Okay, moving on to yak hides. So the previous one, the dragon fruit, I really did not want to do that one in the beginning, obviously, because then you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever, and I don't want to look at anything else. But it is a good idea to continue to diversify your portfolio, per se, because you'll want to be able to have multiple things to buy into with the golden dragon fruits only have a 100 buy limit. But I would definitely recommend that you prioritize most of your gold into the golden dragon fruits, as long as the prices remain good. Obviously, with this being a public video, just watch the prices and see where they go. Yes, indeed, golden dragon fruit seed can double your bank, and that's why the title says that. So moving on to yak hides. Yak hides are actually surprisingly good. So as you can see with double XP ending on each thing, so we got the February 28 double XP right here, like 278 each yak. During the peak of that double XP is like 330. They dropped all the way down to 150, which is amazing, and then they rise back up. The reason why I like yak hides is because every single double XP, people will use a lot of yak hides. They are a very, very good training method for your summoning. People kind of started ignoring yak hides for investments because you're able to buy them from the store now. It kind of made them more stable. So if you look right here, it's like, oh, this is more predictable than it used to be. If we looked back here, the prices were pretty whack and crazy, like insane. They were always insane. It's like, oh, I don't know where yak hides are. There was a lot of money to be made, but the stability of the item and the overall like risk of losing money was a little bit higher on those. Obviously, if you bought into them at 900 each and they dropped all the way down to 100 to 84 each, that's kind of a problem. This is a really, really, really great item for people with lower banks who want to be able to use the method we're talking about today without, you know, obviously using all their money. All right, guys, I know. It's been a long video, but I just want to show you guys really quickly what the instant sell prices were for all these items. That way you can see what they are at the time of the video. Then just in case there's any fluctuation with the video going public, then you kind of, you know, have a little bit of an idea of what they should be at, and that might be help your investments. And we can also kind of see what if things are still trending the way they should be. Super ranging potions, 13.6k to 13.1k. That's awesome. They are definitely going for much lower than the mid. Super attacks are 1252 with 1517 being the market price. Those are also going down. Look at the Elder Rune plate body, 2304. My instant sell was 2283k, which is 20,000 less than the Grand Exchange. But once again, I would would recommend that you do try buying them for even lower than this, because this was an instant sell, and for this item you can almost always buy it for less than the instant sell. Mahogany planks are being very strange. They are currently still above the Grand Exchange. I would definitely give these a little bit more time to like drop off. Bane plate body +4, these are significantly lower. So this is exactly what I was talking about with those bodies. So we have 828k for the market price, and 750,000 gold is what the instant sell is. So that is literally 78,000 gold lower than the mid price. If you compare this 750k number to the graph, just go ahead and do it. You do it on your own and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when you get there. Golden dragon fruit, 28k on the mid price. They're currently going for an instant sell of 29,834. I think they're probably going to keep dropping a little bit more, but people do tend to buy some seeds right away after double XP in order to do farming to make some money back. This is still a really good price. You guys remember those prices were up to like 40,000 each. I'll take them at this price all day long, all day long. Yak hides, we've got 186, and they are currently going for about that. And this last thing, guys, we've got dragonstone amulets. So as you can see, the market price for these is 87.62. The instant sell is 8,000. You could probably even sell these for less. The high alch value is 10,575. Pretty much all these high alchable dragonstone things are going to be really amazing, but dragonstone amulet has always been like a shining star for me because for some reason they go really, really low. I think the reason why is because dragonstone amulet of all the jewelry is the fastest XP. You're able to buy 500 per 4 hours, so maybe use some alts to pick these up. You don't even actually have to high alch these if you don't want to. You can also just throw them back in the Grand Exchange and they will definitely rise from this number. Anyway, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. The goal here was to give you guys some really solid ideas to make some money. If you guys have any questions about this video, please put it in the comments down below. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, I can definitely post more videos about investing like this, especially if you let me know really soon, because then I can get the video out before things rebound. Really hope you enjoyed the content. If you guys want to support the channel and make it so I can make more content like this, then please do in the Patreon page down below and join our Discord, guys. We got over 8,000 people and we'd love to have you be part of it. See you guys in the next video. Have a good one.